Kepner-Fourie of Thinking Dimensions today, speaking to us. Welcome, Matt, to the forum.
Yes.
Please tell us about yourself. How did you enter into ITSM?
I started off as an industrial engineer and done some work with industrial companies, but because we realized that Chuck Kepner and I realized that there's a major need for good root cause analysis techniques in the IT industry. We gravitated towards the IT industry to help the youngsters, a whole generation of youngsters, to start looking at incidents and problems more systematically and more thoroughly.
Okay, tell us something about your experience in different areas of ITSM.
The A lot of experiences, mostly in the area of solving issues with the clients while facilitating, and the whole thing there is that we found that clients are not or incident managers are not identifying the fault correctly. The experiences there is that we have situations where they've been trying to solve something for 2-3 weeks and cannot get an answer. And when we get involved with the same people, with the same information, within an hour and a half, we would have the answer. So that just makes me wonder the quality of information that they use, and also how they get to the answer. And for that we need a process, for that we need the right people, and we need to ask the right questions.
Tell us, how did you get into a field of problem solving and decision making?
Working for a German company called BMW and VW, I was trained by Chuck Kepner on the request of Volkswagen Germany, and when I got trained by Chuck, that changed my life. And from that moment onward, I just wanted to help people solving problems. Doesn't matter what kind of problems it is. That changed my life, and I just using the methodology.
Okay, tell us something about the Kepner-Fourie and how it is helping organizations.
Kepner-Fourie is a suite of thinking processes, thinking approaches that helps people to gather information systematically by asking certain work questions, and by doing that, you can actually use that information to either find the root cause of something that's gone wrong, or find a solution of a situation you want to solve, or looking at the risk and mitigating those risks successfully, or dealing with management issues successfully. So the Kepner-Fourie suite of processes is actually a individual processes, as 5 of them, for 5 different types of problems that any individual in the business world can experience.
Okay, how do you compare your Kepner-Fourie framework with the Kepner-Trigo?
Oh, very easy. Kepner-Trigo is a rational approach that is an engineering approach, whereas in 1995, Chuck Kepner and I realized that we are alienating the SMEs that actually think they know the answer. Therefore, we developed what we call the intuitive approach. So we're using a part rational for collecting the data and the correct data for describing the problem correctly, and then we use the SME intuition to bypass a lot of rational steps and come to a conclusion by just testing their logic against our factual snapshot we get in the first place. So the major difference is that Kepner-Trigo is rational and Kepner-Fourie is intuitive and specifically designed for incident management and problem management.
Okay. Any observations for Indian ITSM market while applying your Kepner-Fourie?
Yes, the observation, a few of them. One of the observations is that that people in the incident management and the problem management field don't have any tools. They make use of 5 whys, they make use of Ishikawa, but those are highly intuitive tools without testing logic, and we really need some really good investigative tools for gathering information systematically and working through that in a orderly fashion.
Any advices to the Indian industry with regards to root cause analysis or problem solving?
Just repeat the question again.
Any
Advice.
advice?
Regarding root cause analysis?
Yeah.
Yeah. What will that advice be?
Well, my sincere advice would be that if you follow the Kepner-Fourie methodology, you would not only arrive at a rational way of looking at solutions, but you'll be combining the power of rationality with the intuitive abilities that good SMEs have. And I think that will enable Indian IT organizations, and not just IT organizations, other organizations also, to make to have a robust process, because most Indian companies are in the process of scaling up. Scale creates complexity. To ensure that you can scale up and manage complexity, you need a process. Process orientation is a discipline that Kepner-Fourie methodology really offers. So there is a easy way and and a practical way which they can use to handle the complex situations that they're facing today. The KNF methodology would be the right way.
Okay. One last question.
Yeah.
How thinking dimensions came about?
Oh, okay. Thinking Dimensions came about where we wanted to find a company that would specialize in critical thinking skills. And we were looking for a name, and we thought about thinking skills firstly, but because we are dealing with different dimensions in our approach, which is the what, the who, the where, the when dimensions, we actually thought we'd call it Thinking Dimensions.
Thank you, Mr. Fourie.
My
Thank you.
pleasure.